Hi everyone, today we'll be exploring the relationship between management and human relation movement theory and how this theory can be applied to discourage malpractice. Have you ever thought why nurses who pledge to practice their profession faithfully to keep their patients safe and no matter what the circumstances are, to always maintain the standards in their profession end up harming the same patient? Did you know 18,000 unnecessary deaths takes place each year in Australia due to medical error and more than 50,000 patients become disabled? According to Swedish research for medical error as malpractice, negligence, forgetfulness and lack of attentiveness and also not following a proper protocol were the individual contributory factors in nurses for error, but also work overload, unclear order and communication and lack of access to guidelines or unclear organizational routine were the organizational contributory factors for error. Why do we forget? Why do we become unattentive? Why do we neglect our responsibilities as a human being? And especially when we are a nurse who has such great responsibility to care and keep a patient safe and nurture them to be healthy again. Nurses join the field with so much compassion and most of them start their journey wanting to become like Florence Nightingale, like Mother Teresa and provide the best care possible. But wait, the angels with the love and compassion change to be a threat to those innocent patients? A nurse's actions are governed by simple principles such as competency, non-exploitation, policy towards patient recovery, and interpersonal as well as interprofessional loyalty. But all the workload that healthcare organizations put on their soldier in the name of cost-effective policy, and that too with no added resources, create distress in them. Such huge responsibility with no support from authority and organization leads nurses to stress, discomfort, leaving them feel treated unfair with injustice and insignificant in their own workplace. That's when they start to forget their pledge to be professional in all and any circumstances. They feel demotivated to work and to learn and knowingly or unknowingly contribute to trends of malpractice, so much so that they even pass that trend in the informal work group. Elton Mayo, a renowned behavioral theorist who researched about how to make an organization successful, had found that sense of security, recognition, and belongingness among the worker is what makes an organization successful. So he constructed a theory called human relation movement theory. Now, why are we talking about this theory anyways? We're talking about this theory here because remember how the nurses felt insignificant and injustice in their own workplace? It had a lot to do with the trend of malpractice in healthcare system. According to the theory, the ideology of the informal group at workplace is more important and sometimes even dominates the individual's interest to be more efficient and competent. But how does it relate to the burnout nurses? It relates to the burnout nurses because when the team feels that work overload, less pay rate, less tools, less guidelines, less learning support, less respect from organizational management team as well as interdisciplinary team member, is a form of injustice to all of them. And nurse manager, or in that case the authority, thinks of the nurses as least significant to maintain quality of care and reputation of the organization. This sense of injustice, ignorance towards staff leads them to be ignorant toward patient safety. Thus, nurse manager, by use of human resource theory, can establish sense of recognition and respect in the staff by motivating competency, by rewarding and recognizing each member's contribution, by maintaining nurse-patient ratio. They can establish the sense of justice in nursing staff by providing the support, the growth support and the growth of knowledge in nursing staff with interdisciplinary help, a sense of respect can be established in nursing staff to discourage trends of malpractice in healthcare. Thank you.